So the plan for this morning, I'm gonna sit here and I have my weekly Substack article that I want to finish up. It's called "A Physical Book Girlie Tries a Kindle for a Month." If you don't know, you definitely don't know. I had a shoulder surgery on my right shoulder here, which is why I'm a bit awkward. Like if you can tell that I'm moving funny. Um, and yeah, my friend very kindly lent me her Kindle for a month, and I'm a really avid reader, and especially in that time, like being off work, I was reading all the time. So I just thought it'd be a lot easier to read with a Kindle, and I've written a little article about what I liked and what I didn't like about reading on a Kindle. So if you're interested, I will link it down below. But I need to finish that this morning, and then I'm going to do a bit of work on my website. As you can see, I'm literally chasing the sun in my house. I'm just like, wherever it is, I'll be here. This is what you do when you live in Scotland, honestly. I wanted to talk about a book I read recently. This is the book. It's The Multi-Hyphen Method by Emma Gannon. The tagline is "Work less, create more, how to make your side hustle work for you." So obviously this really applies to me because I am kind of delving deep into my side hustle at the moment, and I just found it a really interesting take on careers and like career trajectories. And most people that I speak to who are in their 20s, like me, we don't have a lot of us that kind of that wish to climb up the corporate ladder. Like it doesn't really appeal to a lot of us. And so I think this is kind of an interesting way to look at building your skills and building your CV and essentially living a more creative life as well. What I really like that she talks about is, making the most of the internet and what it has to offer you. So it's really encourage you to like build your skills and things that you're interested in creatively. It really invites you to redefine your definition of success. Like, what do you want from your career? And being a multi-hyphen essentially means not just having one stream of income. So having multiple talents, having multiple skills. But yeah, I would really recommend reading it if this is a topic that sounds interesting to you. I also do subscribe to her Substack, which I will link down below. I would really recommend reading this if this is something that has resonated with you in any way, that you're like, I don't have just one thing that I like to do, I have so many different things. And that's kind of how I'm feeling at the moment, and I know a lot of my friends feel the same. So yeah, build your side hustle. This is what we're doing here. So yeah, as you can see here, I was just doing my morning pages, talked a little bit about my creativity journey recently, and I think one of the things that really helped me was doing The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, which is a 12-week kind of course where you're reading a chapter a week. There's like some essays and some exercises to do, and one of the main things you're doing is doing morning pages every day. So trying to do 3 pages of just kind of stream of consciousness, like whatever is coming to your mind. And for me, I found that it's helped me so much in terms of mindset. Like I feel I just get out all of my emotions. If I have, sort of like negative energy, I feel like it gets it out in the morning. I have to admit I'm not finished with The Artist's Way. I think one of my plans for next week is to get back into it because I took a bit of a break with my surgery recovery. I wasn't really able to read like big books or do much writing, as you can imagine, with one hand. But yeah, one of the things I did actually is download this journal app on my phone, and you can do voice recordings of yourself, and then it puts it into a diary entry written, and also you can have the voice memo forever. Sorry, this is kind of a bad angle, but it's Sunday morning and I'm in bed and I just want to be chill. But the app is called Day One, and it's like this. And yeah, essentially you do have to pay for it, but they have a free trial, so I did the free trial and now I'm not paying for it. And yeah, you just do voice recordings and just able to look back, and I am so happy. I didn't do it every day of my recovery. You'll be able to see just like the dates. It's the blue ones when I did it. But it did really help me when I did it, and also I listened to the first one, which is the day after my surgery yesterday, and it was quite something. I think it's also really helped me this week in terms of seeing my progress. Yeah, I really wanted to listen to the diary entry. I think this is like a couple days after my surgeries, and it made me realize how far I've come. And this is why I journal, honestly. Day 3 post surgery. I'm feeling okay actually today. I feel like yesterday was just awful, to be honest. A lot of ups and downs. It was probably one of the hardest days I've had in a long time, which was testing in terms of mindset. I feel like I wasn't who I want to be with Mark, and I'm trying to be kind to myself because I was on a lot of drugs, but feeling a little bit better today. This is so humbling to listen to, and honestly, just this whole recovery really has humbled me. I think I'm gonna insert a few clips from my Instagram series that I did on glowing up with me before my shoulder surgery. I have a lot of thoughts on this topic of glowing up, but I think it just explains a bit of context about, the injury and why I had the surgery and all these things. So I think I'll try and insert some clips of that to give some context, just so I don't have to go through the whole story again. 2022, I dislocated my shoulder, falling off a climbing wall, and kind of went on to do some rehab and physio following that. And then I got really into a yoga phase. In 2023, in a yoga class, while doing a thread the needle stretch, I dislocated my shoulder again. This was obviously totally unexpected, as it was only a stretch. Understandably was a little bit traumatic as well. I then kind of took my recovery and physio a lot more seriously that time around, and that's when I got really into weightlifting in the gym and strengthening my shoulder cuff muscles, just to protect the shoulder. And this was all going really well until just over a month ago. I dislocated it for the 3rd time. I actually do have a video of it, but you don't need to see that. So flash forward to now. The doctors kind of suspected that there was something else going on because I did all my physio and recovery really well, but just kind of kept dislocating it. So I did an MRI scan, which kind of showed that I have a torn ligament in my shoulder. That means that I will be getting a keyhole surgery in October to kind of repair the ligament and hopefully just have everything kind of back to normal. I think truly I would not have become a coach if it hadn't been for this injury that I kept getting, and it is one of those moments that I wish, like the first time, I fell off the climbing wall, dislocated the shoulder, I look back at that moment and I wish I hadn't gone that day. I think it really has been a test in mindset this whole time. It's been a lot of years of just like uncertainty, a lot of fear, a lot of not really knowing how to control the thoughts in my brain. Like when I feel really scared, my physio is really big on the kind of link between pain it's like mental and physical. So that is something I'm really interested in. And like at the moment, I'm doing exercises, which I think I'll talk to you guys about, but all the exercises to recover are quite painful and hard and scary, even though they don't look it, they wouldn't look it to you guys. But I think it's truly a reminder that I have to relax in the moment, trust myself. And I just think I've had so many of those moments, like whether it's like when my shoulder is literally dislocated and out of place, or recovering from the surgery, all these moments where you have to be a little bit strong. Listening to that, I feel a lot of compassion for myself actually, because I think, in those days like really close after the surgery, I was actually quite happy. Like I was reading my books and relaxing, watching TV, and I was, surrounded by people and everything. But it was really testing. I didn't really feel like myself. I was on a lot of pain meds, and I hear it in my voice. I'm like, that's not me. That's not who I normally am. So yeah, I've definitely learned a lot in this journey. I wouldn't necessarily like recommend that app specifically because you do have to pay for it. You could just, if that ever appeals to you, like journaling by speaking into your phone rather than writing down. I know some people like don't like the kind of physical diary thing. Just use like the kind of voice memo app in your phone. Obviously, it's nice that it has like a little calendar feature and everything, but it's not at all needed, I would say. So if you can see here, my arm, because it was in the sling, is literally stuck here. Like it will not go further. Like this is where this arm goes. This one is stuck. So yeah, truly humbled. Okay, if you watched until this moment, thank you so much, guys. Um, I feel humbled in every way to put this online. To put, like, I feel like anything about yourself online is weird, but putting things like these exercises, I'm like, oh, I look really silly. I'm not wearing makeup. I'm like, oh, there's all these things, but I think I really want to show up and be authentic on this channel. I don't want to show just, beautiful aesthetic moments, however much I enjoy those. Um, I really want to be myself and show you life with its ups and downs. Hopefully, I will be posting another video next week. Expect more book content, things all about my coaching business. I'm kind of in the fun design side of things at the moment, working on things with my sister. So I will be sharing more of that in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are still watching, which would be crazy, please let me know what you're reading at the moment, and then we can have a little chat in the comments. It'd be nice. So yeah, thank you, and I'm gonna spend the rest of today reading my book. I'm in the middle of this, really loving it. And yeah, see you guys next week.